All right, guys, in this module, we're taking a little bit of time, a few minutes at least, just to jump into forms and surveys and how you can use each of those functionality. Forms and surveys are similar to funnels and websites in that you can kind of use them interchangeably for similar functions. Only one of them is going to have a couple advantages over the other, and then vice versa. So if we go into forms, that's where we'll start. We're going to, oh, by the way, forms lives in the websites, just like funnels and websites, right? So you click on sites on the left-hand side, we'll be in here. You should have forms. If you click on builder, that's where you can access the list of forms that have already been created, or you can create a new form. In this case, I'm going to create a new form. Just like the funnels, you can choose an existing template if you want to do some styling, right? If you want to avoid having to create a landing page and you want to just use the styling that exists in one of these forms, you are welcome to come in here and check those out. Let's see what the mortgage ones look like, if there is anyone. Nope, nothing on the mortgage side. So check it out. Typically, I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to create a blank one. Okay, so one of the first things you need to know about forms and surveys is that any field that you create in a form or a survey instantly becomes a custom field for your account. Now, the reason I'm being as intentional about telling you that is because from experience, if you don't know that, you don't understand that, your custom fields can end up being a complete disaster, okay? So when you come in here and you want to add a question, you're going to have the option to add any of the standard fields. You're going to have the option to be able to come in here to custom fields, any of the custom fields that you have, and you're also going to have the option to add custom fields. You can do this at the contact or the opportunity level. We're not going to get too crazy into the different logic and stuff, which, by the way, you can use conditional logic in here if you want to use a form. You can. So you have some different options as far as how you can interact with this. Okay. So if I come in here, I could add some conditional logic that says show or hide fields. If first time home buyer is equal to yes, then show purchase timeline, right? Something like that, right? You have some conditional logic ability to set up in here. Now, where forms and surveys are going to differ from each other. So again, I'll go ahead and save this. Now, where forms and surveys are going to differ from each other is that surveys give you the ability to break up your questions and create like a multi-step form, basically. So that allows for greater functionality as far as the experience goes. We'll go ahead and we'll show an example of what that looks like in a survey. So if I want to come in here, first name, last name, phone. In the previous screen in forms, you saw that as well. Anytime you drop a phone number, it's going to automatically drop this terms and conditions acceptance here. You can modify this or you can remove it entirely. So depending on whether you're using surveys for like your own internal use, so maybe you're using a survey as a way to disposition calls after you make them, like determine what the best path for a lead is, or maybe you're using surveys on your website as a way to collect contact information. Depending on that, will kind of determine what you do when it comes to like the terms and conditions, consent and stuff. Obviously, if you are trying to collect information to be able to automate the follow-up with text messaging and email, you're going to need that terms and conditions checkbox in here. Now, in here, this is like if I come in here and go back to that custom field, right? Let's say I put first-time home buyer, okay? So this is where I can come in and I can create a new page and I can say, you're working with a realtor, right? And then this one I can say, if they say yes, right? If they say they are a first-time home buyer, then go to slide 2. If they're not, maybe I want to disqualify them. Maybe I actually don't want to work with anybody who's not a first-time home buyer, right? So there is some options in there. You have to click on the question and open it up in order to access these features. This is kind of unique conditional logic type of application here where you can say, create questions that say, based on the answer to this question, you're going to direct them either to this page, or maybe you're going to direct them to the page after, or you're going to end the survey or whatever it is. So surveys, that's what you're going to use this for, is for any sort of form where you want to break up the experience a little bit and you want to make it a little like a multi-step process. You're going to use surveys for that. However, for the most part, these are going to function very, very similar to each other. You're going to be able to automate the same kind of stuff on the back end. Any of the fields you put in here show up as a custom field, just like they did in forms. So this is a really cool, powerful functionality. I think loan officers don't use forms enough. I alluded to it earlier. You can use forms either as an internal facing tool that you use to automate processes. You can use this to give to a realtor to be able to submit leads to you like we did in the workflow example. You can use this on your website. You can do so much with forms and surveys. Take the time to get to know this functionality. Start thinking through how you can use this and how you can use this to automate and streamline your workflows going forward. With that, guys, that was forms and surveys. We are going to shut this module down and jump into the next one. Stay tuned. We will see you on the other side.